impromptu speech session. Before that, I would like to come back to my topic, intellectual humility. I explained what is intellectual humility and would like to just point out two benefits which you are going to derive from being an intellectually humble person. Studies across the world shows an intellectually humble person is a better learner. Because he is willing to and he tends to ask more questions, he's curious to know more about things which he doesn't know, and finally he ends up being a better learner because he knows things around me are more than what I actually know. The second most important thing about an intellectually humble person works in a team. When a person who is intellectually humble is part of the team, that team is blessed. Because people come to a team for a project with a lot of different ideas, prejudices, and already biased. So they may not be open to criticism, they may not be open to ideas. But a person who is willing to accept, who is willing to learn from others, will always give ear to the opinion of others and give room for expertise or knowledge from others. As a team, that is going to benefit the entire team because ultimately the result will be far better. On a personal note, a person who is intellectually humble or trying to be an intellectually humble person gets a lot of freshness, gets a lot of idea, creativity which he doesn't have, because he interacts with persons who knows better than him, and ultimately he gets a lot, and in his personal and professional life he will be a better person. With this small note, I'm entering the next session, that is a table topic session. Table topic session is 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech session where the table topic master comes here and call people randomly and give a topic. So you get the topic here, it's easy, you don't have to prepare anything. Very, very easy. When you come here, you'll understand that. And you can speak. And there the timer sitting there, time is 1 to 2 minutes. Today's table topic master is, I didn't have to ask him why you are intellectually humble or not, because I know he was intellectually humble. A very humble person from the very beginning and very receptive and willing to learn a lot from the people. Today's table topic master is the Toastmaster Joshua. The good thing about Toastmaster Joshua is that if an event happens in his building, where his office is, he will teach it. So as an area director, I was trying to find out whether next time we can have an event in his building. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Joshua to conduct the debate.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. Right now, we are going to have an opportunity to participate in one of the most important and exciting in the Toastmasters meeting, that is the table topic session. The purpose of the table topic session is to remember, practice and think and speaking about some topic. Today I have prepared some of the topics for your personal growth or professional growth. It will take only 1 or 2 minutes. Already team will explain about this. I call upon each speaker. They can talk about each topic 1 or 2 minutes, and less than 1 minute anyone can speak is going to be disqualified. Let's start. The first speaker is Devaraj. If I could grant you one wish, what would you wish for? If I could grant you one wish, what would you wish for? Toastmaster Devaraj.
You have no wish.
Think
Think about it.
If you want something, really, what is it?
You grant one wish. What do you
What do you want as a wish?
So, what I want.
Yeah.
What is my wish is to do something for India, our society. What? Everyone, why I am saying is, this India only give me a proper education to me actually. Because I studied in a government school. I not even spend a single penny actually. Fully my government school government only paid for me. And then after I complete my school, I don't have a money to read up higher studies. So government bank only give a proper money for me to study my higher studies. So study here and then work for some US companies or other people's not interested actually. So at least we have some mind to do something for our society. Everything is given by government and then our society. We are doing work for some other countries. This is so. What I am saying is we have to do something for our society here, because you take all the wealth, you use all the peoples from here, but you are doing some works to other things. What I am saying is that a lot of the scientists are in NASA are Indians, but here in ISRO they are average normal Indians actually doing greater than NASA peoples. They are first time they launched the Mangalyaan and Chandrayaan successfully. So a lot of average person doing such a great things here. Suppose if IITs are go to MS, they are doing same work here, means India will grow. So no one even think about the dollar and then visa. We can do everything here only. Thank you.
Prabhakar. If not now, then when? If not now, then when? Prabhakar.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
When Toastmaster Kalyan introduced the word of the day, I thought it was our money, and I was looking down the floor to see if there's any of my money was there. But then, when I looked up, he was just going from writing on his harmony. If the world is filled with harmony, there will be no doubt of people who are intellectually humble. So, if not now, when? Now, I would like to give a small incident which happened. I've been to Delhi years back, and when I was returning back, there was a flash strike by the air traffic control Assam. All the flights were cancelled. For 2 days we were given accommodation in a star hotel by Indian Airlines. At that time it was only monopoly. Then when we came back to the airport, there was no clarity because the strike was withdrawn just after 2 days, and there was confusion and no clarity at all which flight is going when. So we were all sitting down there, and opposite to me there was an elderly person whom I saw wearing long shirt and no pen, no watch, nothing, and nobody recognized him. So I went there, sat there next to him and asked him, "Sir, you look like Abdul Kalam, are you?" Then he said, said yes. Then at that time he was scientific advisor to the Ministry of Defence. So I asked him, I gave him my card, I introduced myself. Then I asked him, he asked me what I was doing, I told him also. Then I asked him, sir, why are you here? You have your own Indian Air Force aircraft, you could gone over there. You have come like a commoner here. He raised his finger and said, no, I want to fly in Indian Airlines. Then we were talking, and then the announcement, because there was total confusion over there, then the announcement came. All flights were going to passengers bound for Chennai, please report at the security. I couldn't believe myself, sir. I shook my hands. He got up, he walked with me up to the security door, gate where I am supposed to go, shook my hands and went by. This is something which I can never forget in my life. Forward to sir.
Next speaker is Jagna, Toastmaster.
Stealing to feed a starving child wrong. You got it? Can I read it?
Yeah.
Stealing to feed a starving child wrong. What is your opinion, sir? Stealing to feed a starving child wrong.
Yeah, if you give the leftovers, it's a bad thing. If you give something which we eat, sorry.
I agree. What is your opinion?
What he said is correct.
And what is your opinion? That's what. You tell me. Stealing to feed a starving child wrong.
It is not wrong.
I agree. What is your opinion? How about you?
Because stealing is wrong.
Stealing is wrong. What about you, sir?
I agree with what
Yes, my one opinion. At the time it is right. After that, we have to inform the people. I think because of this, you can say like that.
So I agree with you.
Toastmaster Anand.
What's a quick dish and one plate change to the what's a quick dish and one plate change to the You all made such a great dish. Because the every dish I make take a lot of time. So okay, but one thing I remember, there was a slow cycling race in schooling, and everybody was trying to they were trying to make the cycle very slow. They want to come first. So I did only 2% were able to consistently make it slower, and the rest of others they just fell down out of the even out of the track. And I soon realized that okay, even if I forget about chasing these people and go with my normal speed, I could become the third place, and eventually I win that race. That one, I could say that one of the right decisions I made, and that made the results. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. feel like you need to hide past errors in your thinking? Do you feel like you need to hide past errors in your thinking? Yes, Pranav.
So do I feel like I need to hide past errors in my thinking? Yeah. I believe in the concept of working memory. Meaning I have to be aware of what mistakes I made, what mistakes have led me to what situations. So I'm like 22 years old. All this while, okay, the life teaches me something every day. So if I remember what errors that I committed and what those led me where, and if I have to avoid those, then that will be the best way to do. So every time I think and every time I have to take a decision, I will think of all the errors that I did in my past, and I make a proper decision.
Ilayaraja, Toastmaster. What is the number one motivator in your life right now?
Everybody know. My wife.
We know. How we know that?
Actually, I want to be intellectually humble, you know. When I went to my home and intellectually humble in front of my wife, then he thought, are you drunken? See, intellectually humble, in harmony with respect, everything will come when I am intellectually humble in front of my wife. My wife is always motivator. If I do something, right direction, suppose I thought today I will purchase something to my wife, and then I give everything, then she will say, okay, today you got something in your office. That is what you are bringing this one. You are happy with your manager. So he will motivate. Me, I will be self-motivated myself and bringing everything. How to self-motivated and bringing to everything to my wife. That's what is happening. So another thing is the motivation will come by our friends only. So friends are very eagerly motivate everybody. So if you do see in the life what we will see in the early time, I will use good dress, everything. I thought that it is because of the friends everybody is seeing us. That is the reason we will do everything and come back. That is up to 30 years. Then after marriage I understood nobody was seeing me. Then I didn't care about anything. Whatever I want to do, I do. But I hear from the experienced guy who is having a 50 years, more than 50 years old, they told even nobody will watch us after some time. So we are just doing for thinking ourselves, assuming that everybody watching us, that is the reason we are imitating ourselves. So I very clear, there is nothing to motivate from outside. We need to motivate ourselves. See yourself in your side. See yourself. Find yourself within yourself, not outside. There is no external motivation factor is required. If you are looking for the motivation from outside, you fail. You fail. So self-motivation is the best motivation. Definitely, I want to motivate myself.
Toastmaster Jaychandra.
When was the last time you lost your temper? Or what? Also, I lost my temper. Good evening.
Good evening.
I am intellectually very humble, particularly PhD. I lost so many times my temper. From start from my house. I was in my house, usually my parents. always study. At the time, I will do my business. After that, when I go school teacher teach something, they will also force us to listen to what they are teaching. So I'm not interested to watch listening teachers subject. So at the time, if teacher gives advice to me, I will lose my temper. So I go out playing some games. If I lose game, I will also lose my temper. Actually, now also I came here. He forced me last time.
Abhishek, yes.
Do you trust that truth has nothing to fear from investigation? No, I definitely do not trust that. Okay, good afternoon all. Speaking of truth, there is some truth in everything. We all know that this thing has happened in this point of time, at this place. We all assume that from the news, the media uses. But when I can think of this, the perfect thing would be this news media. There is media here. Viacom 18. That is a very big media channel. And what has happened is that it is actually indirectly under the control of Ambani, Reliance Industries. So there was this one particular instance when Ambani's son has driven his car rashly, and he actually hit the pavement and injured somebody really badly, but I don't think they died. What happened is that news did not come out in the media at all, and it was in every news channel of the Viacom 18 network. There had been no instance of that news recorded, but that incident was recorded in a US television channel, I guess, and they had reported it in their website. But even that website was not accessible to anyone from India. So from this, we can see that there are people who pull the strings from behind, and half of the things that we think we know, they are not really true. So there is no concept of perfectly honest investigation in many cases, but most of the times we would expect for the news to give us good exposure to all the real things that happen. Thanks.
Toastmasters Samiksha. When did you first realize that life is short? When did you first realize that life is short? Toastmasters Samiksha.
Wow, life is short. Right now I'm just thinking my life is just starting. When do I start off about life is short? Okay, I did have a sudden realization just a few months ago. So my parents were, right now they're telling me you finish your undergraduation, now you worked with us for 2 years. What do you think the next thing it is that they're going to tell me? Exactly. So I was like, marriage right now, I'm so young, how can I just, restart or stop my life right now? So they told me 2 options, either you study some more or you get married. So I was like, okay, cool, I don't mind studying some more, I had a good time during my undergraduation. And it's always nice to add degrees to your name, and remain intellectually humble, even though you have a few more degrees to your name. So I started researching all these courses that I was interested in. Now I'm an undergraduate in business, but I always had this fascination to do psychology, to understand how people think and how people behave in certain given environments. So I started off and I told my parents, so I think I want to do another undergraduate degree in psychology. So they were like, okay, fine, go do it in WCC or Stella Maris. So I was like, that will take about 3 years. They're like, no. You can't, you'll be like 28 years old by then. So you can't do it for 3 years, you can't spend some time. I said, okay, fine. How about if I do a double degree in psychology MA and I do my MBA side by side? They were like, okay, that's a good idea. I said, that'll take about 2.5, 3 years. No. That's too long. You'll be too old by then. So that's when I realized, Jesus, sometimes if you want to follow what your parents are saying, life can really be short. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the topics.
Oh.
Now I hand over to the
Thank you, Toastmaster Joshua, for conducting the topic session in a wonderful way. And now please vote for the best table topic speaker. Before that, I request the timer to read the name of the qualified table topic speakers. Please raise your hand when she